Welcome to the Naked Relationship Podcast. I'm Adam. It's just me today. Kelly has like a fuck ton of work thing going on. She's super stressed. We're buying a house. It's a lot. So she's actually at work right now. I am recording this on a Friday, but just know it will be out. Obviously, you're listening to it. But my point is, Kelly's super stressed from work and buying a house, all that stuff. I mean, it's kind of taken a toll. I mean, for those of you who've bought a house, I'm sure you've been through this, but it's stressful. And I'm even noticing like Kelly's mood is like kind of like she's short anyway, but now like her attitude's getting shorter. But we've talked about it, so hopefully things are gonna be less stressful for the beautiful, beautiful wife of mine. Anyway, moving forward, we're gonna talk about this week's Twitter poll of the week, which was actually Kelly's idea. And we didn't have as many voters on this one as we did in the United States election, where there was over about 150 million of turnout, which was great. But we didn't have that kind of turnout by far for our Twitter poll of the week, so it's very disappointing. But we asked it, some of you answered, and some of you even gave us a reply in the comments below. So the Twitter poll of the week is, what type of girth do you prefer in your partner's cock to have? Thick, thin, regular, or it just doesn't matter? So coming in at 2.5%, thin is at 2.5% of the vote. Doesn't matter comes in third at 17.5%. Regular in second place, and your runner-up is 37.5%. 42.5% is thick, and that's your clear winner by just over 5%, which is probably about a vote or two with the low amount of votes that we had. All right, so let's talk about this. So thick, regular, thin, I guess that's all subjective based off of the cocks that you've seen or you've had. I mean, I don't know if regular to you is what some people would call a needle dick or a pencil dick or even a thin dick, but it's all subjective. I know Kelly likes to have more girth than length, and whereas I think she says my cock is about average regular size, and so I don't know. I personally think my cock is more on the thin side, and my fuck buddy that you've all heard about, she thinks it's more on the thick side of things, but I don't know. I'm not going to ask you to rate my cock, but showing that as an example that it's all subjective. And for those of you who say it doesn't matter, I would imagine that part of that is because you are really more about the motion of the ocean and how you use the tool that you're provided. So I think that is a little bit interesting topic of discussion that I would have loved to have Kelly here for. Maybe we can talk about a little bit more with her next week. But the Twitter poll for the next week is one that I'm kind of excited to share with you guys, and I'll give you all a bit of a heads up on this one here in a little bit. But first, moving on, I think for me, the cock that I would prefer my partners to have would be regular and maybe a little girth, not too thin. Although I'm sure, because like, for me, we have like some thin dildos that go in, me, obviously, but they go with like a strap-on set that we bought, and I don't like it. I don't know what it is, but it's a little thinner than a little thicker than my finger, my middle finger, which is, I guess, pretty thick, but I don't know. It just, anything that's like really thin like that just kind of feels more like my butt, like the inside of my butthole is being scratched, which just, it does not feel good to me. But for some people, that's what you prefer. So no judgment here. Kelly really likes more on the thicker side, which is another area where her loving husband lets her down. But hey, that's what she likes. If you didn't get a chance to vote, let us know what you like, whether it's email or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. By the way, our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is at TNR Podcasts. That is plural. So moving forward, Kelly and I have really been toying around with the idea of getting a Patreon for months. However, we also have an OnlyFans account that we've created and not posted to or even verified that we've also been thinking about doing as well. And so we're at kind of a bit of a crossroads. And so it's just, we don't know. We've asked a select few of our fans, of our listeners, friends and fans, what they thought of what we are potentially bringing to the table for a Patreon. We've approached nobody about an OnlyFans, and it's one of those that, yes, OnlyFans is growing. It's only going to continue to grow at the rate, I mean, at this point, that's it, right? Although, I gotta say, I really fucked up on my personal OnlyFans because now I'm following like 44 people, and And I'm one of those people that just hates the notification, not bell, but having an unread notification. I fucking hate that. And so now every single day when I log into OnlyFans, I have like 44 messages. And oh, it's so annoying. And please don't think that I'm well off enough to pay for 44 subscriptions. There was like a week or two where anytime you logged in, the people that I was following just said, here's a free trial to so-and-so. I'm like, okay, this person's pretty attractive. And let me see what they're all about. And where I fucked up is that I kind of don't get to see the people that I actually pay to see, the people that I really want to see, whether that's my wife, Brian and Brenna, a few other people that I'm subscribed to, such as Ava Austin, who I shouldn't say I grew up watching her porn, but like in college and stuff like that, later years, more recent, I've really enjoyed the fake taxi type of porn. And so she's on there. But I mean, I'm following people like Kyle Balls, who's free, I'm following a lot of accounts on here that have multiple paywalls, which is a complete conversation for another day. I will not get into it on here, but I'm following Anne. She has her own OnlyFans, although she hasn't been active on there since September. I'm following a bunch of people, and don't get me wrong, they are all very attractive people, and they are all very fucking brave for putting themselves out there like this. I mean, OnlyFans and sex work in general is not easy. So props to everyone doing it. That is amazing that you guys are doing it. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Not that you need that from me, but there's a lot of people that I'm now subscribed to on OnlyFans, and a large part of that is because of free trials. But I got to be honest with you, I really fucked up in signing up for all those free trials, because I don't get to see the people that like I'm paying for, but also that like really like interest me more than the others. And a lot of it is, I mean, still to this day, I think I accepted another free trial today. Like it's just so much. I kind of just wish that it was that OnlyFans kind of had like a separate section where all of your people, all of your talent or lovely individuals that you're subscribed to has like a separate referral page where you can just find all the free trials that they're offering you. Because like, don't get me wrong, these people are absolutely just very attractive and they seem to be good people from what I can tell, but they're just not the people that I really, really want to see. They're people that I love seeing people naked, period. I mean, except for my family and wife's families and stuff like that. But my point is, I'm probably not going to be subscribing to these people post-term. I mean, I will some of them, but my point is, the reason is because a lot of it is just not even their own content anymore. It's subscribe to this person, subscribe to that person. And don't get me wrong, they're all hot and attractive, but I'm subscribed to you. I want to see you and your content. I don't want to have my newsfeed subscribe or like just full of other people and their content. Like, I subscribe to you for a reason. Please don't like just spam it up with subscribe to this person, subscribe to that person, or go follow my bestie. Or like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you're supporting your best friend, but I just wish that the OnlyFans platform had a different way to showcase those types of referrals. Maybe it could be on their own separate page, like I've just mentioned, but I'm subscribed to a few people that I want to see more than the other people. I mean, I don't know if you're following Brian and Brenna from Front Porch Swingers on OnlyFans, but you definitely should. It's at Front Porch Swingers. It's only $9.99 a month. See, there I go. I'm plugging in an OnlyFans. But when your entire news feed is other people's content and not the people that you're wanting to see in terms of the people that you follow, it's all referrals. It's just so much. And I don't know. And then like the whole messages of having the double paywalls and stuff like that. I wish I could just go through and mark all those messages as read at once. Not like out of disrespect for them, but because I fucking hate having unread notifications. Like, I can't do it. I cannot fucking do unread notifications. I'm so anal about that. Anyway, sorry for my big tangent. What other sites do you guys use other than OnlyFans to support sex workers? I mean, I've actually got a Chatterbait page pulled up right now as I'm looking at the screen, just because I was watching it before I hit the record button. I was watching some telly in the background and I had Chatterbait pulled up. Shout out to who is it? It's Alice Rivers. You are very attractive, so go give her some love. According to her Chatterbait profile, she's got a Twitter, a Discord, a fan club, a Snapchat, and I'm pretty sure she also has an OnlyFans. Let's see if the link is on her Twitter. It is, okay, there it is. Is it? No. I swear I thought she had an OnlyFans. Anyway, if she does, maybe I'll link it in the description below or something along those lines. But she's very attractive, and you should check her out on Chatterbait and all of her profiles. She seems very good people. So anyway, moving forward, sorry, Alice, I've got to cut out of your screen and get back to podcast stuff. So getting off of the tangent, one thing that Kelly and I have been talking about is not only a Patreon, but an OnlyFans. And so with the OnlyFans, we would show our faces as well as our lady bits and our man bits. So could that mean? We could be showing fuck videos. We could be showing nudes of Brenda, which is the nickname that we've so graciously given Kelly's beautiful, perfect pussy. And her ass, my ass, whatever, her feet, if you're into that. I know I am. And maybe some penis stuff. Who knows? I'm not going to completely just say we're going to do this, this, and this. We don't know what the fuck we're going to do yet, but you never know. And so that's one thing where Kelly has expressed some interest in, because she already has her own OnlyFans where she posts to very irregularly, I should say. But so we have experience with that. And so that is an area we already have a fuck ton of nudes. So we could probably schedule a nude a day for 2 or 3 years and be fine. But we're not going to do that. We're going to, obviously create new content. But if that's something you guys would like, please let us know. Please let us know what you want to see. And the other area that we are thinking of is Patreon. So we're thinking about 4 different sponsorship levels. And for those of you who have given your input already on this, thank you. Shout out to Destiny and Jack's couple. I know that you guys have already given some good, very thoughtful insight on that. And so there's a few others, but those are the 2 that I know I can name. And so those 4 levels are $2, $5, $20, and $50. And so at the $2 level, you'll just get a really nice thank you. And everyone that subscribes or sponsors us through Patreon, we would read your name on the podcast. These are all just ideas. These aren't set in stone by any means. And the idea behind me sharing this with you is so that we can gauge your feedback as a whole and really cater our OnlyFans and Patreon to what you guys want. We really don't want to put out a product that you guys don't want, because we don't want to waste our time doing something that is not going to be profitable for our listeners. At the $5 level, you will get bloopers of the podcast, stuff that doesn't make it to the final. I mean, I know that we don't hide anything from you, but there are bloopers that we've shared some of them with you guys, and some of them are very funny, which I really want to make one of those our kind of our alternate slogan of where Kelly was saying, "I'm not ready," which I'll play that for you. The other ones, you'd also at the $5, you would also be invited to a group chat of sorts. Still trying to figure out how that would work. Exploring platforms and stuff like that. At the $20 level, you get an invite to a once a month group video chat. That could be 10 of us. It could be 5 of us. It could be 1 of us. It could be 1,000 of us. We don't really know, but that is something that we are looking at doing. And then at the $50 level, you get a free shirt, and you also get 1 free personal video hangout a month. And so the way that would work is Kelly and I get on a Google Meets or a Skype call, Zoom call, whatever, with you, just you, the subscriber who paid for $50. And we would chat for probably 20, 30 minutes and just get to know each other. I don't know that we'd be taking requests for, "Hey, Kelly, take your top off," or "Adam, go down on her." I don't know that we'd be doing any of that. I have no fucking clue. But what I can say is that all of these are just ideas. They are not set in stone, but we really, really want your input. As such, the Twitter poll for next week's episode will be very much based on this. in terms of which would you prefer, an OnlyFans or the Patreon. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to do one or the other. We could do both. But the other part of it is, in the comments below, we want your feedback on what you think about the Patreon ideas, specifically what you would like to see out of both Patreon and OnlyFans. And we really want your feedback. We want this to be something that you guys are excited about, not just to get a boner out of, but like we want you guys, we really want to build a community with you guys. We want to grow personal relationships with you guys, not just a silent listener of our podcast. We want a personal relationship with you guys. So let us know what you think about the Patreon and the OnlyFans ideas. And if you guys didn't get a chance to vote on this week's Twitter poll of the week, feel free to let us know what you guys thought of the Twitter poll in terms of which you would prefer, whether that is girthy, thick, regular, doesn't really matter in a cock. I mean, I've stated what I like, which is regular with a little bit of thickness sometimes, maybe some length, fuck me right. But Kelly, my wife, likes a little thick with like 3 C's. Anyway, so let us know. You can let us know on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at TNR Podcasts. That is plural. And you can also email us. You can find that through our website, thenakedrelationship.com, or you could just type in tnrpodcasts.com and it'll direct you directly to our site. What else am I forgetting? I think I'm also going to mention Taboo Toys. Go to tabootoys.com. And when you're checking out, use the code NAKEDPODCAST21 and you'll get 15% off your order. They are amazing. We fucking love them. And we are also just fucking pumped. I mean, the toy that Kelly, we reviewed for you last week, it's still plugged in on Kelly's nightstand. She actually used it the other day and I walked in after she'd already fallen asleep. It didn't make it back to the nightstand. She was basically cuddled up with it. So use the code NAKEDPODCAST21, all one word, at tabootoys.com and you'll get 15% off your order. And I think that's all I've got for you guys today. Next week, Kelly will be on here for sure, and we will talk about Patreon, OnlyFans, and also she did have 2 sugar daddy playdates this week, both of which were kind of disappointing, essentially for the very same reason. But anyway, we'll tell you the whole story. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at TNR Podcasts. That is plural. Website is tnrpodcasts.com or thenakedrelationship.com. And you can find our merch at fullswapshop.com. Drop a picture and you could be featured on our social media repping our merch. And don't forget, tabootoys.com. Use the promo code NAKEDPODCAST21 and that will get you 15% off your order. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on. But that's going to be this week's episode.